My name's Judy Zarick, and I work for Franciscan Media in Cincinnati, Ohio. On American Catholic Radio, I produce a segment called Living Faith, and it's basically about people who are living out their faith in different ways, their Catholic Christian faith. So these stories in this book came from American Catholic Radio, which you can hear on approximately 80 stations across the country, on Sirius XM satellite radio, and also at our website at franciscanmedia.org. The book actually has 39 stories, and it was very, very hard to figure out which 39 to put in because they're all very inspiring. And what I did, just to tell you a little bit about the book, is I've put them into chapters, into kind of themes. And I've related these themes to something in the Bible, either a story or a personality in the Bible. And I did that basically to make a connection that what we read in the Bible and what people went through in those times is the same thing that we go through in our time. And so one of the chapters I thought of Job and about what he went through, because some of these stories reminded me of his situation where you lose everything and you're in this pit of despair, and yet you still have this faith. The primary reason I feel that this book is important for people to read is that they will be able to take something away from them in their own life that will enable them to say, maybe I can do this. Or they might not be able to do that, but they'll be able to see that these are just ordinary people who basically were able to listen to God and say, I can't do it myself. And they give it over to God, and God says, okay, this is what you should do, one step at a time. And most of these stories, these people are doing what we might think are very small steps towards making a difference or an impact in people's lives, and eventually they will impact hundreds of lives. What I found most interesting in speaking with these people is that I've been the kind of person that says, oh, I wish I could do this, or I wish I could get involved with that, but I have a family, I have kids, I have a husband, I can't do that. There's always somebody that I can relate to in this book that is in the same situation, or I can relate it to what I'm going through and say, well, they had a family, they had kids, and yet they still did something. I think anybody who picks up this book, I can almost guarantee them that they will relate with one of these stories. Most likely they'll relate with a lot of the stories. And hopefully what will happen to them is what happened to me when I spoke to these people, is that they'll realize that it doesn't take, a saint or somebody who, prays 24 hours a day to make a difference in other people's lives. It just takes one person being quiet, listening to God in their lives,